gonna tell me you can use parsley for self-defense? As well as like grapefruits, limes, lemons, celery? Well, you can, and it's all because these food items, as well as some less desirable items like poison hemlock and giant hogweed, contain these chemical compounds called furanocoumarins. Now, furanocoumarins come in many different varieties and have a few different effects on the body. Like, for instance, they are why you can't eat grapefruit with certain medications. But they also have a quality that's very advantageous when it comes to something like defending yourself from predators. As furanocoumarins, also oftentimes called furocoumarins, are very good at causing third-degree burns when activated by specifically UVA light. As when these chemical compounds come into contact with your skin, they initiate a process called phytophotodermatitis, which is where the furanocoumarins are activated by the UVA rays, specifically UVA rays from the sun or a UVA lamp. And once activated, they then make their way into your cells, bind to your DNA, and change your DNA enough to damage it completely and kill the cells, causing your skin to result in this inflammatory response, which is a second or third degree burn. And this is actually a really big problem, especially for farmers who work with crops that have high contents of furanocoumarins. But say, despite knowing the risks to your skin, you still want to kind of utilize furanocoumarins in order to protect yourself from potential predators that could come into your home. Which, if that's the case, you would want to start by putting on latex gloves to keep your hands safe. Grab foods high in furanocoumarins like parsley or parsnips, and then blend that food of choice so that you can get the most surface area around the furanocoumarin compounds. Then once you have your puree, you're going to want to submerge that puree in some high-proof alcohol. Something like a high-proof vodka or even an Everclear, as furanocoumarins are very alcohol soluble and will dissolve within the solution. Then you're going to leave it for a few days so that all of it can kind of submerge and dissolve within one another. And then after that few days, run it through a coffee filter, as the furanocoumarin compounds will be dissolved and binded to the alcohol, that being the liquid part of this process. Then just label it because you don't want to consume or put that stuff on your skin. But yeah, great way to keep yourself safe, especially if you are out in the sun. As long as it doesn't hit your skin, you are good.